Hello to you, I'm Carly from Learn English with Carly, and today you find me in one of my favourite places to film and visit, Cleveland Dam here in North Vancouver. I hope that you and your family are well. Actually, to be honest, I'm a bit knackered. I need to get a good kip tonight. My week was a bit bonkers and chock-a-block with lessons. I thought it would be fun today to teach you 10 British slang words that either I've used recently or I've heard family and friends using. You'll notice from my introduction there that I used the words knackered, kip, bonkers, and chock-a-block. Do you know the meaning of these words already? What other slang words do you already know? Let's check out my 10 slang words today and see how we use them in context. As always, I will provide you with example sentences in different tenses where appropriate. Remember to write to me to let me know how you can use these British slang words and to let me know your thoughts about this English video lesson. Remember, slang is used informally in speaking and with people you know really well. My first slang word today is bonkers. This means to go mad or crazy. We use it with the verb go. We can use this slang word in a positive way to show that someone is very excited about something. Gabby always goes bonkers when her team wins. Manchester City went bonkers when they won the Champions League. The family went bonkers when they heard the good news. And then we can also use bonkers to mean crazy, but in a negative way. My sister went bonkers when I borrowed her new dress. When Jim told his dad that he had crashed the car, his dad went bonkers. We can also use this slang word with the verb drive, with things that drive you crazy or mad in a negative way. Lateness drives me bonkers. It's like saying lateness drives me crazy. The noise from the building site is driving me bonkers. The previous neighbours were so noisy, they used to drive me bonkers. What drives you bonkers? Slang word number 2 today is chock-a-block, and this means that something or somewhere is very busy. The small roads are chock-a-block with traffic. In summer, London is chock-a-block with tourists. The underground was chock-a-block at rush hour. The ladies' home was chock-a-block with antiques, books, and ornaments. We can also use this word to show how busy people's schedules are. My schedule is full this week. I'm chock-a-block. I can't find a slot in my manager's diary for the meeting. It is chock-a-block this week. What about our third British slang word, dodgy? Dodgy is used to describe something as dishonest, unreliable, or potentially dangerous. The weather is a bit dodgy at this time of year. Here we use dodgy to show that something is unreliable. Frank has done time in jail for armed robbery. He is a dodgy character. Here we are using dodgy to show that someone is a dishonest person or potentially dangerous. Simon was rushed to hospital after eating some dodgy prawns. Here, dodgy is used to show that there was something wrong with the prawns and now they have caused sickness. The family got involved with a dodgy salesman and lost all their savings. Here we're using dodgy to show that someone is dishonest. We shouldn't sign a contract with this company. They seem a bit dodgy. Here we are using dodgy to show that someone or something is dishonest or unreliable. Careful, that chair is a bit dodgy. Don't sit on it. And here we're using dodgy to show that something is potentially dangerous. You don't want to fall off the chair. Do you know someone who is dodgy? Have you had a dodgy experience in the past? I hope not. How much dosh do you have in your wallet? Our fourth word today is dosh, and this is British slang for money. Elon Musk has plenty of dosh. Bill Gates has tons of dosh. I'll save up enough dosh to buy that new phone next month. I've earned quite a bit of dosh from my part-time job. I can think of better ways for Lucas to spend all that dosh. Bob said if you don't give him the dosh by Saturday, he's selling the car to someone else. Now, our fifth word today is fit. Fit does of course mean that someone is healthy and goes to the gym or works out often. But British people also use the word fit to show that someone is attractive. Personally, I wouldn't actually say this to someone, but you will hear people using this slang adjective to tell their friends who they think is attractive or good looking. Tom Hardy is fit. My friend watched David Beckham's Netflix series recently, and she thinks he's really fit. Calvin met a fit girl in the pub last night. Have you seen Martin's sister? She's really fit. As I said, I would be careful about using this in your own speaking, but you may hear it in conversation and even song lyrics, such as the song by The Streets, Fit, But You Know It. Have you ever felt gutted? This British slang word is used to show disappointment and when the word sad just isn't enough. Use this with the verb to be. Gabby lost her job. I'm gutted for her. Lana was gutted when her boyfriend ended their relationship. Ava was gutted when her sister caught COVID and couldn't come to her 21st birthday party. The team was gutted that they lost the final match to their rivals. My friends were gutted when the Foo Fighters concert was cancelled because Dave Grohl broke his leg. Now to one of my favourite slang words that I use often, knackered. Knackered is the colloquial, the slang way of saying tired. I'm knackered today. I didn't sleep well last night. Harry's too knackered to go out tonight. I've worked 7 days this week. I am absolutely knackered. Jason's been up since 4 a.m. He's knackered. My sleeping has been terrible recently. I'm knackered. I need to go to bed. We can also use knackered to say that something is broken. And interestingly, we can use this as a verb or as an adjective. That TV is knackered. We need to buy a new one. Ian knackered his knee playing football. I've knackered my back. I need to see a physiotherapist. Our eighth slang phrase is kip. This means your bed, or you can use it as a verb meaning to sleep or nap. This jet lag is terrible. I need a kip. This means I need to sleep. Try to kip when the baby's sleeping. This means try to nap or sleep when the baby's sleeping. Max went home for a couple of hours kip. He went home to sleep for a couple of hours. I've only had a couple of hours kip. I've only slept for a couple of hours. Can I kip at yours tonight? This means, can I sleep over at your house tonight? You can have my bed. I'll kip on the sofa. This means, I'll sleep on the sofa. You can sleep in my bed. We ought to get some kip. We should sleep now. Okay, let's talk money rather than sleep or the lack of it. If you are minted, this means that you're very, very wealthy or very, very rich. You have a lot of money. Dan is absolutely minted. He just bought a brand new Aston Martin. The company directors are minted. Have you seen what cars they all drive? What car would you buy if you were minted? I think I would buy an Aston Martin actually. Eve's father-in-law is minted. He lives in a £5 million mansion. Do you know anyone who is minted? Now, our 10th and final British slang word today is the complete opposite adjective to minted. I thought I'd teach you this because you actually hear people using this quite often, and the word is skint. If you are skint, this means that you have no money. Are you coming out to the pub tonight? I can't, I'm skint. I'm skint, can you lend me a tenner? A tenner is a £10 note. Tenner is also British slang. I'm paid each Friday, and by Wednesday, I'm skint. Can you lend me some money to tide me over? I'm a bit skint. To tide someone over is to help someone financially. I spent too much on Christmas presents for my family, so now I'm skint. Daniel is skint as he had to give his sister Eve a loan of money. I really hope that you're not skint, but I also hope that these 10 British slang words have been fun to learn and to see how we use them in real, everyday English sentences. Remember that we usually only use these words in speaking and when we're speaking to people we know really well. We may use them in informal writing, such as text messages to family and friends, but not in formal writing such as essays. Don't use them there. Homework. Can you write me a few sentences using some of these words? I look forward to hearing from you and seeing what you've written. Until our next video lesson, thank you so much for watching and look after yourself. Bye.